Good afternoon, good evening, hello, what's crack like on my YouTube peeps? Dale here from Couch Warrior. We had probably, the best UFC event in the past 6 months at least. It happened over the weekend. Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Holberg for the light heavyweight strap. That's one of the tales that is to happen in this video. Uh, there was a lot of there was just so much cool stuff that happened in this here. But I guess I'll start from the start and go from there, eh? So we'll start from the start. So Charles Radke versus Francisco Prado. A couple of not so nice fouls here. So apparently it wasn't the greatest start, but yeah, Radke came away and just chucked out just a nice little crafty victory. Really, not a bad start to the fight card. He in the post fight presser. Oh, well, not the presser, sorry, the post fight speech. He said his gamer word that he said when he fought on his debut. He said a gay slur. that's probably the nicest way to say it without being too hard out about it. But the way he used it was very funny, very well used. But good win. Brings him back on the win. I think he's I think this brings him back on track, on a good positive track. But up the card we had Kelvin the Fridge Gastelum versus Vicente Luque, and I thought that Kelvin Gastelum was going to do what he was going to do, but no, he looked like crap, and he just basically put his head into Vicente Luque's body, basically, and went, oh, cool, sweet, I just got me a dance, and boom, he taps to a dance in the first round. Man, what's next for Kelvin? I mean, going from fighting Israel Adesanya, it's in the Hall of Fame fight, to losing to Vicente Luque, middleweight debut, a small middleweight. I mean, he's still got quite a bit in the gas tank from the looks of it. I mean, I don't see him going very well against top 15 opponents in the middleweight division. But no, Luque has, he doesn't look half bad. But yeah, no, good win, very good win for Luque. Not a good look for the Fridge. So we'll see what. It's definitely the 2019, the 2019 Whitakers, Adesanya's, Cannoniers, all those guys, Gastelum, Darren Till, all these guys, they've, look at them now. It's crazy. I mean, yes, it's 7 years, or 6 years, or 5 years in some cases, but holy crap, man. It's like, look at them now. It's like, no. But, I mean, I remember watching Israel Adesanya versus. I remember watching the fight with the Kelvin Gastelum fight, but I also remember him fighting. I don't know. I think it was. What did he fight? He fought Anderson Silva. That's right. He fought Anderson Silva, and it's like, that's yeah. So I mean, it's a good fight, but I mean, yeah. But that's the kind of example of what these guys are looking like now. It's like the new Izzies are coming out and sliming out an old Anderson Silva. But anyway, but as Sean Strickland says, I regress. Up the card we had a draw. Apparently this was a draw, which it wasn't. It was Chris Padilla. He won this. He definitely won this. Even though he got cut in the I think it was late in the first round. This these pressing forward elbows. Medeiros also believe got a point deduction. I believe this is the reason why this ended up being a draw. I don't know why anytime it's a draw they just have such a hard time trying to figure it out. And yeah, Bruce Buffer. I don't know whether or not he just needs to learn. These dudes just need an extra 2 minutes just to go. Okay, cool. 2 plus 2 equals 4, or does it equal 5? I don't know. I get paid too much money to think about that kind of shit. And it's ridiculous. So this ended up being a draw. But Paramount era's coming off to a great start, but not as many absolutely punishing mistakes as there normally is. Still the same. There was the AI slop fest. That was the ad for UFC Freedom 250, but I'll talk about that a bit more up the card, because there's some tasty random shit from there up the card. Speaking of which, onto the main prelims. Lupe Godinez got submitted. I said that Tatiana Suarez could submit her, but odds are it would be points. I was on my other side of that, so I was quite happy with that win, and that was she definitely didn't look. She actually looked like she wanted to fight, unlike fighting Zhang Weili. I mean, she didn't look like she wanted to fight. Excuse me, far out. It's just women's fights. They always do it to me, man. They always do it to me, even if this was exciting. They always make me yawn. But this was a very good one, and not too sure what's next for Tatiana Suarez. She's not gonna. She beats Mackenzie. I think she beats Mackenzie Dern. To be fair, I think it would be. Now that fight wouldn't be an overly interesting fight, though. To be fair, a fight that could possibly happen would be Verna Jandiroba versus Tatiana Suarez, and then the winner gets a title shot, maybe, because she just recently beat Tabitha Ricci. So you never know. They wanted Lupe Goodness to win because of the fact that she's a Mexican, and I think she's a bit younger than Suarez as well. The record's not that great, but she is sneakily good, but not in this case. Up the card we had classic Gamer Gamrot. We had Gamer Gamrot. He came out and he gamed, man. He was all over this dude. Riverbeck's just, he just didn't have anything for Gamrot. So this is a wee bit of a fraud check. If we're gonna talk fraud checks and stuff like that, that's so Riverbeck's, I believe, is he's got that fraud check thing. I think if he was to fight someone, if it wasn't Gamrot, if it was someone in the top 10, maybe, in that 10 to 15, that's not a fresh up and comer. I think that would have probably done a world of difference. You probably would have seen that there would have been a lot. It would have been a lot more of a closer competition. But I think just a little bit too soon for Reavix, which I believe I also said as well. So I didn't do too badly in my picks. I mean, I've only got the one, technically two wrong if you count the draw, which I don't count draws because that would win for two and a fight and a half, and the fact that it got changed that much longer after the fight card, after the fight itself, is a bit silly. But hey, no, never mind. But a good win for Gamrot. I reckon he. I don't think he deserves a jump up in the opponent. I think he's still looking in that 6 to 10 kind of range for opponent at the moment. I think that would do him good. maybe, you know, fought Dan Hooker. No, have him fight Paddy or something. I don't know. Up the card, we had Kevin Holland beating Randy Brown. I had a feeling that Kevin Holland was going to come out and just show us that he's not, he's not going to go on on a terrible loss streak. And I mean, Randy Brown's legs got chewed up. I was making all of the Joe Rogan jokes. Oh, look at his legs. But yeah, no, he was getting absolutely pieced up. I mean, he did have Holland and a couple of weak spots every now and again, but no, this was an entertaining, cool fight, and this again is a good win for Kevin Holland. This sets him up to fight into the top 15 again, and I reckon he just stays a welterweight, man. He looks good as a welterweight. I know that he's not going to listen to what fucking idiot from Christchurch, New Zealand's going to say. And I don't know jack shit about this stuff anyway. So, but you never know, but yeah, just a really good, just nice. Just keep patient. Just didn't make any silly mistakes. But yeah, just keep patient, and it just wasn't, and it just didn't end up being, him getting outclassed real early on, and then him going, oh well, I've already lost this. Fuck it, it's dumb now, dumb fight. Yeah, because that's what I think. That's what I feel happens. It's like he gets, uh, he gets it. He gets dominated in some way, and he's like, oh, well, this is fucking shit anyway, fucking dumb. And then kind of looks for a way out, not because he's like, oh, this is, well, not look for a way out, but just doesn't take it as seriously. It's like, oh, this is fucking stupid. This guy's just gonna try and hump me for the rest of the fucking fight, and then eventually he'll just get caught in some sort of submission, or it might be just it's usually a submission. It's not really, it doesn't really get knocked out that often. But no, this again, good win for Kevin Holland, and let's see him back hopefully soonish, because I don't think he took a hell of a lot of damage. I mean, it was a pretty good fight, but I say if he can get a fight in July would be nice. A fight in July or June would be real mean actually. But yeah, and hopefully against someone in the top 15, maybe maybe that D-Rod, maybe that D-Rod matchup. But we'll see. So up the card we had this is the featured prelim, which was Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico looked like how he should have against Lerone Murphy, basically. That's how I'm going to say that. But yeah, Pitbull got old Ferrari. He got caught. He just looked like he was stuck in the mud. Didn't really get out of second gear. I think it definitely cost him the fight. It just the pace of Pico definitely he definitely had the pace on him. That was just a wee bit too much for Pitbull, but no, this was a really good win for Aaron Pico, which he, as I said, really needed it, because if he didn't win this, that would be, he'd be getting patty mixed all the way, out the door. But yeah, so I'm happy that he won that, and won it very convincingly. So it means that hopefully he can fight someone in that top 15, maybe even top 10. I'd even give him not Gene Silver. Well, it depends if the likes of Arnold Allen or Manel Costa Squares or whatever his name is, the polka dot guy. Give him one of those kind of dudes that's in that kind of 8 to 12 kind of range. See how he gets on with that. Because I think he'd do good against that. Keep all the stuff. Try and keep it patient as. But yeah, I don't see him. I mean, Diego Lopez smokes him. Lauren Murphy in a rematch smokes him. Mosvar smokes him. Uh, I see him beating Yair Rodriguez. I can see him beating him. But yeah, I mean, just with that grinding kind of way, just that grinding kind of way of beating him. I could also see him fight Aljamain Sterling and actually compete quite well, because I mean, people forget, man, Aljamain Sterling doesn't really have much in the likes of punching power. But yeah, no, good win for Pico, and he's now in the top 15 of the featherweights. Um, so we have now is the main card of the fight of the night. So we had the full fight of the thing. Cub Swanson came out looking like he was like in his prime, in his like early 30s or maybe like late 20s or something, like looking like that. But 42-year-old dude coming out for his retirement fight absolutely smoked Nate the Train. Nate the Train, holy shit, man! I mean, Cub Swanson, they just gave him, this guy starts slow, but once he speeds up, that's how he rolls. He gets that momentum going, and that's how he goes. But in this case, yeah, I mean, he threw 30 strikes. I mean, so his accuracy was pretty good. I mean, Cubs was way better. Yeah, so Cub smacked him 40 times and dropped Nate twice, and that was it. Game over. And then Nate tried wrestling Herb Dean, which obviously would be a pretty clear sign that he's not not with it, as it were. But yeah, so no, this was great. This was one of those perfect things to end a career on. Very much like Robbie Lawler with the KO of Nico Price. Very much like Michael Chiesa and the very fast, devastating submission of Nico Price. Yeah, that's pretty much about it, really. Because I mean, everyone else, when they retire, like Anthony Smith. They get a 20-minute package, even though they're on like a 5-fight lose streak. But no, they forget about it. Stipe doesn't get one, so. But yeah, no. So he gets a send off, and and it's bloody awesome, and it's just last of an era. Last of an era, like this. No more WEC dudes around now, which is surprising. I mean, not surprising, considering that most of them, I mean, the youngest ones would be in the, late 30s, and the youngest one would probably be in like 36, so that's, and WEC wasn't exactly for the heavier weight classes anyway. So I mean, heavyweights, etc. Like it was more, I'm pretty sure it was mainly featherweights, bantamweights, lightweights kind of area. So yeah, it's a bit so it's the end of an era, which is a bit fucking buzzy. But yeah, up card, we had the shittest fight in 2026 so far. Dominic Reyes beat Johnny Walker by split decision. Dominic Reyes had some pretty good boxing. Had Johnny Walker wobbled twice, by the way. Johnny Walker, most of his strikes that you see just above my head here. So total strike 34 to 42. That's like total, by the way. The total is pretty whack. Most of these 42 strikes are leg kicks. Most of these 34 strikes for I was just about to say elbow for Reyes are punches. And they were, despite the accuracy, the 47%, they were like they were all damaging shots. So therefore, this one here was I personally, I think I was going for Johnny Walker. I thought that Johnny Walker might have had the brain cells to add punches with his low kicks, because I knew that he had good low kicks, but he just didn't have any punches to round it up with, and he tried going for a takedown, and it just didn't work. So what he should have been doing is he should have been just adding those, just adding one or two, because they were just fainting heaps, and it's just like not even just throwing a jab out, throwing a jab, just biffing a couple of jabs, it would have went far better. But but either way, this one here was a bit of a shitter. We're gonna say it like that, bit of a shitter in the things. But good win for Dominic Reyes. Gets him out of his skid. Performance of the night and fight of the night, fight of the year. This fight has brought back heavyweight. This fight is, heavyweight was just a bunch of blobs doing a bunch of blob shit for the longest time, and now we've got if we've got the likes of Hoka versus Blades happening, ideally a lot more than once a year, we'll be away laughing. We'll be smoking it. This, as you can tell from the way that I'm talking about this, was probably one of the up there on probably one of the best fights that's been around. Definitely fight of the year contender for sure. I don't think there's. Just the pace that these guys throw it. I believe the total amount of strikes thrown is 650 or 45. 600. So this is the strikes that landed, but strikes thrown was something like I'm pretty sure that Curtis Blades threw something along the line of 350 strikes through, and Hookett threw something along the lines of like 200 and. Jeez, I want to say it was like 214 or something like that. So not as many shots. But yeah, just a wee bit more, accurate with them. Because the strike accuracy was amazing on this. Like a lot of these shots were going in, and Chris Blake gets two takedowns. One when he was quite compromised. That's why old mate ended up being so bloody, because he had Curtis Blades' blood all over him, and it was just wild stuff. So now I believe I'm gonna go to this one here, and I'll move my fit ass. And I had some random shit that's trending over here. Let's see what Eric Doldery has to say about
the White House card. Listen to this.
So, the president said to me, why is Derek Lewis not on the White House card? I said, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I went and called Derek Lewis, said the president wants to know why you're not on the White House card. And Derek Lewis said, politics. Politics kept me off the White House card. And I said, do you want to fight on the card? And he said, I absolutely want to fight on the card. Tell the president thank you. Then the Hogan fight happens, and Joe Rogan, I had the headphones on, Joe Rogan goes, is there another slot open on the White House card for Hogan? And I go, holy So I grabbed Mick and I said, go back there and talk to see if he's in. And Hogan was getting into an ambulance and said yes.
Yeah, so of course...
and so he's talking about Trump and how Trump's like, why isn't he in there? Why is he not there? I want him to be there. I want him to be a part of the card. So Derek Lewis is fighting Josh Hocker on the White House card. So then obviously once they, I believe it's once this fight's over, that's when they do all the, we are a real American, doing some AI stuff, all the was it Justin Gage? He comes out of a helicopter, fucking Ilya Taporia teleports with a fucking laser gun or some shit. I don't know. I mean, it's just stupid shit. Alex Pereira comes out of a fucking jungle with a fucking puma or some shit. Cereal gains, eating a baguette while poking people in the eyes in traffic. It's a bit silly. I mean, it's just a bit silly. But in other news as well, like kind of like relating to the heavyweight and it being kind of being made great again, is that they finally struck a deal with Gable Stevenson, which we all knew that was going to happen sooner or later. But so Gable Stevenson has signed a multiple fight deal with the UFC. Odds are he's going to be fighting someone in the top 5 or 10, or even top 15 within 3 fights, and he will be fighting for a title, all depending on if he can if the blobs don't clean him up. Because the blobs, you never know, the blobs might still fucking fuck him up, but you never know. But yeah, he got caught kissing John Jones during a bare knuckle. I think it's the Dirty Fighting. Oh no, it was bare knuckle. It was the game breed stuff. I'm pretty sure it was there, and and they were going, yeah, oh my god, yeah, and then just fucking smooching away. But that doesn't surprise me, and and that's fine. But anyway, up the card we had co-main event, which was Paulo Costa versus Asmat Mirzakhanov. What I wanted to happen happened, so I'm happy. My pick was wrong, but what I wanted happened, so I'm happy. Yeah, so I'm very happy. I mean, Paulo Costa looked like classic Paulo Costa out there. He looked like the eraser of old. He didn't look small at all. I mean, Mirzakhanov looked like the his little translator, the little translator, the Russian translator dude. Yeah, he looked like him compared to Paulo Costa, and it's just yes, so good. Just with the body kicks, boom, boom. You could hear them, you could see them coming a mile away, and he still wouldn't fucking do nothing to boom, just fucking boom, the boom, and just. Yeah, and just to the point where he's obviously snapped old mate's fucking wrist or arm or something. And he's like, nah, I can't take any more of the fucking devastating kicks to the arms. And it's like, oh, so good, so good. Welcome to and old mate was ranked 6th as well. So welcome to the top 5, Paulo Costa. And how. I mean, all he has to do is beat a Rakic or a Jan or a Khalil or Jamal Hill, one of these dudes. All he has to do is just fight one more dude, and he'll get a title. Easy money, bud. But yeah, but I suppose I'll do the last thing, eh? All right. Everyone's like, yep, well, let's face facts. I think a lot of people were kind of counting out Oldberg. Everyone just assumed that Yuri was going to win. He was just too much of a samurai. He's too much of this. He's too much of that. And what I said happened. He was going to get goofy, and then he was going to get caught with a left hook. I mean, no one saw the fact. Even if Oldberg's knee didn't buckle, I think it was going to be going that way anyway. I just had that feeling. I mean, Yuri, I don't think was terribly up on. I don't know actually. What was the? Because strikes wise, it wasn't that like hard out. You know what I mean? It's not it was more. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was more than 14 strikes, but that seems to be a bit odd on that. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, Alberg was throwing more shots, and as a result, I think it would have I think it would have steamrolled a lot more, and there would have been a lot more likelihood of a chance of Jerry winning if this actually went longer, like in the third, fourth, or fifth rounds. But because that knee popped, he needed to get that finish. And speaking of which, I'll bring up this doctor dude. This doctor dude right here. Oh, of course I've fucked it up, and it's just gonna keep playing. Hang on. I'll get my ass out of the way. There we go. Look at that. So you can see it jiggling there. Fucking it goes bing. It just goes bong. You can see his calf, and that's and then he kind of falls over on it and stuff, and then it's and he's fucked. So so it's a bit of a a bit shit that happened really. Um, you know, uh, because it just means he's going to be out. It means he's going to be out for at least minimum 8 months. So he ain't fighting this year. So he's out until next year. So I mean, and if it's a full ACL tear and he's bone, then that just means that he's out for a year, and that means that there'll be an interim fight, probably in September or October, because they'll be like, oh shit, that's right, fucking old mate's knee popped, him winning the title. He's probably not going to relinquish it like he did, like how Yuri and Jamal Hill did. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how what happens with that in the next few weeks. I think, and I think, I mean, optimistically, it would be good if we can get like an announcement or something like that. Towards the end of the year, at least a in late October or in November or in December, just him saying, "Hey guys, I'm good to go. I've got fucking all my knees have been things, all the dots have been ticked, all the fucking T's have been fucking eyed or whatever the cost or whatever the fuck the saying goes." But yeah, so no, pretty intense UFC. Thanks so much for joining me this evening. Let's hope that there's more of these ones. And yeah, I'm hoping. I'm stoked, and I'm optimistic. If there's going to be more of these kind of cards in the year, I can understand a shitter Apex card every now and again. But I mean, I just want this to be somewhat the norm. But you never know. But yeah, like I was saying, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, tell your mates that I'm not that fucking bad. I'm a bit boring from time to time, but I'm trying to get a wee bit better, and get a few more laughs in, and a few more zingy zangy thingies and all that kind of stuff. You catch me for my predictions from the awesomest card of the year to probably one of the shittest cards of the year. At the Canada Life Centre, we have Gilbert Duranio Burns versus proper Mike Mallow. So this is a Canadian UFC card, so stacked top to bottom with grade A, top of the line nobodies. So tune in and let us shit on it together. How yeah, brothers, rock and roll, and I'll see you then. Peace.